The exhibit theme is Reflections on Emancipation and Post-Colonial Society. And it's connected but it's disconnected because obviously we reflect on emancipation of chattel slavery, but in the region there are still colonial connections in some of our territories. And therefore we reflect on that shared history of emancipation, but then what about post-colonial society? How is it evidenced across the region? So those are the questions we wanted to ask. Hence the panel discussion, and we were able to expound a little bit more. One of the things about the theme of this exhibit is that we wanted to provoke conversation. We wanted to get people to think about these issues in our society.
You know, the one thing that I always try to do is I try to remember that these are defining moments in history. And every day as I listen to the complaints on the radio about the potholes and WAPA going up, that there's a bigger agenda and bigger things that we always must look to as Caribbean people here in the Virgin Islands. And one of those things is connecting with the outside Caribbean and unifying this place as a region. Well, if you've been listening lately, that has been kind of my mantra. How blessed we are to be in American territory and the benefits of being under the American flag, and how we have ignored our Caribbean neighbors for so long when there is so much rich history and culture. Imagine my surprise as I sat there that the only pilgrim I ever knew that's not related to me sits here on the stage. The collaboration of cultures across the Caribbean is very important to what we do in the Virgin Islands. The beauty of our culture really is it is the mix of the Caribbean, Europe, and North America. So having these events where we can display culture and find commonalities between our people is so important to us, in reminding us that yes, we are US citizens and we're American, but more importantly, we're part of this Caribbean regional culture, and we have a lot more closer ties and ways of life here than on the mainland.
My thing is to see the reaction of people to the exhibit. You know, I conceived the exhibit, and me and my partners chose all the pieces. We were able to visit the artist studios, but actually seeing the exhibit on the wall, first of all, is the realization of an image and a concept. And then now for me, it's to see the reaction of the viewers. Not just hear people telling me, oh, you did a good job, but to just see people react to the work itself. That's really what is exciting for me.
This particular exhibition also examines issues relating to slavery and post-colonialism. And for me, it brings our people together, people of St. Croix and the people of Barbados, in a way that only art can do it. And so I'm very, very happy and very excited about the prospects of going forward, of one, being able to reciprocate this and have Crucian artists come to Barbados to do the same thing, but also the opportunities that will arrive out of this for other interactions between people. When we do things like this, what are you beginning to do? You're beginning to challenge people on both sides of the water in terms of the way how we think, because the environment within which we live is responsible more than 90% of the time of how we view the world, how we view ourselves as human beings, how we interact. And so therefore, having another viewpoint in terms of art and their varied viewpoints on various issues, it gives us something to work with. And so therefore, I can see this benefiting both the artists in terms of having exposure in St. Croix, and because St. Croix is also a tourist destination, and people are on island, they have a wider reach, you know, than if you're just in Barbados. On behalf of the Prime Minister of Barbados, the Honorable Mia Amor Martley, the government and the people of Barbados, I want to thank everyone here in St. Croix and in the entire US Virgin Islands for having us. It really has been a pleasure. It's been wonderful, and a special thank you to the museum here for having us, And we look forward to more of these collaborations. And as I always say to everyone, wherever I go, we're one family. Thank you.